What's going on, everybody? I'm Jack, that's Maisie, and today I want to go over a little bit of what I consider some fast food hacks, or what I personally recommend if you're out in a rush, if you go to a fast food restaurant, what you should get if you're trying to lose weight, hit your protein goal, and you're probably on a diet. So I get this question all the time, so I figured I'd go ahead, sit down, pick a few very common places, and go over those. So we're gonna go over McDonald's, we're gonna go over Wendy's, as well as Taco Bell. Most of the time, people have access to one of those three, so I'll go over some options for those, as well as the title of the video, Don't Eat Chipotle if you're trying to lose weight. And at the end of the video, I'm personally gonna go to Chipotle, get a bowl, or what I would typically get, and explain why I personally don't think you should eat Chipotle if you're trying to lose body fat, and if you are, to be cautious of the tips that I put at the end of the video. But first things first, let's go ahead and go over McDonald's. I'll throw up the macros as well as the actual meals on there as well. Oh, see you, Maisie. So first off, we have McDonald's. So a very common restaurant. We have 4 different food options for you. The Bacon Ranch Grilled Chicken Salad. So this is one of the more popular items. Obviously a salad, people think lower calorie. The big thing here is without dressing, it comes out to be 320 calories, 14 grams of fat, 9 grams of carbs, and 42 grams of protein, which is awesome. And make sure it's the grilled chicken, not the buttermilk chicken. That'll have a little bit of coating, a little breaded chicken. That'll be a little bit higher calorie. But be careful here, because if you add the buttermilk ranch that they give you, it's over 200 extra calories of mostly fat. So that's the one thing where salads in and of themselves can be low calorie, high protein. But when you add the packet of ranch, that packet of ranch could be 1 to 2 servings, and that could be an extra 200 to 400 calories that you don't think about when you get a salad. So as far as McDonald's goes, get their ranch on the side, or maybe they have like a light ranch balsamic vinegar, something like that, and be cautious of your calories due to dressing. The second option at McDonald's is gonna be a classic. It's a grilled chicken sandwich. Most restaurants probably have this. I know Subway has grilled chicken, Wendy's has grilled chicken, McDonald's, I think even Burger King. Most fast food places probably have a grilled chicken sandwich, which is a great option. I know Chick-fil-A does as well, when you're on a diet trying to go with a low calorie, something high protein. In this case, the artisan grilled chicken sandwich from McDonald's comes out to be 380 calories, 6 grams of fat, 45 grams of carbs, and 36 grams of protein. Another great option is the Egg McMuffin. So this is gonna be something for breakfast. I think they do serve breakfast all day long. Honestly, that just shows how little I go to McDonald's, but I think they do. And the Egg McMuffin is a good option here at 300 calories, 12 grams of fat, 30 grams of carbs, and 18 grams of protein. I know they have the McGriddle, which is probably the best tasting one, but the Egg McMuffin is a little bit lower calorie, higher protein. And to wrap things up, at number 4 at McDonald's, the hamburger. I know you're gonna say, what, Jack, you said go get a hamburger from McDonald's? I didn't say go get one. I'm just saying that a hamburger from McDonald's without any cheese is gonna be 250 calories, 8 grams of fat, 31 grams of carbs, and 13 grams of protein. But yeah, the hamburger from McDonald's, not a bad option. Next, we'll go to Wendy's. So once again, I'll throw up all the macros somewhere on the screen, McDonald's, Wendy's, whatever it is. But we have Wendy's, the apple pecan chicken salad. And this is with dressing on it, or with whatever dressing comes on the side. It is gonna be 570 calories, 26 grams of fat, 51 grams of carbs, and 36 grams of protein. But once again, you remove that dressing, and it's gonna go down to 370 calories, still with a 36 grams of protein. But with salads, be careful. The dressing is gonna have a lot of the calories. Sometimes up to a third of the calories will come just from the dressing itself. Wendy's also does have like a Southwest chicken salad, but with the avocado, the Fritos, and the dressing itself, it becomes a over 600 calorie meal, and not something I'd recommend for most people trying to lose weight. We also have a grilled chicken wrap from Wendy's, so they also have a grilled chicken sandwich, but I decided to include the grilled chicken wrap here in case you're looking for something a little bit smaller, more of a snack. It comes out to be 260 calories, 10 grams of fat, 34 grams of carbs, and 19 grams of protein. So a really good on-the-go snack. Once again, pretty much a tortilla, a little bit of lettuce. I do believe it has maybe some mayo on it, if not mistaken, tomatoes, and then I think the chicken itself. But you can obviously remove things if you don't like it, whatever it is. And then lastly, from Wendy's, it's going to be a shocker for probably most people, unless you've maybe dived into the healthier foods from restaurants. Wendy's has a large cup of chili, which is only 270 calories, 8 grams of fat, 28 grams of carbs, and a whopping 23 grams of protein. If you're at Wendy's and don't know what to get, the large chili sounds like a great option to me. Probably comes with some saltine crackers on the side, but for 270 calories, 23 grams of protein, sounds like an awesome deal to me. And lastly, we'll go to Taco Bell. So Taco Bell, there's a few different options. Basically, the big thing is gonna be their Power Bowl. So you can do a chicken Power Bowl, you can do a steak Power Bowl, you can even do a bean or a vegan Power Bowl. Their Power Bowls are definitely the item on Taco Bell's menu I would go to if I was trying to lose weight, lose fat, and had to eat Taco Bell for whatever reason, your husband, wife, significant other's craving it, you have to go to Taco Bell with them, and you have to order something. You know that's the rule. Just unspoken. If you go somewhere to get food with somebody, especially a husband, wife, spouse, whatever it is, you kind of have to get food. If you're at Taco Bell, get the Power Bowl. The chicken Power Bowl comes out to be 460 calories, 21 grams of fat, 41 grams of carbs, and 27 grams of protein. One of the higher protein options on their menu, but also they have the bean burrito for our vegans out there who want to have beans and no, oh my gosh. She's not a vegan at all. She eats, actually, I don't know, does dog food have actual meat in it? Because I think she might be vegan if dog food doesn't have actual meat. But she's just tearing up this bone, whatever. But yeah, the bean burrito, sorry. 350 calories, 9 grams of fat, 55 grams of carbs, and 13 grams of protein. Overall, once again, this isn't probably the best option, but for our vegans out there, it does have a little bit of protein in it, and it is relatively low calorie when some of their burritos can get upwards of 600 to 700 calories. This one's only 350. Lastly, we have our steak taco. So I would say steak or chicken tacos, just a plain taco, no beefy, cheesy gordita crunch, no nacho cheese drizzled on top, whatever it is, just a plain taco with chicken or steak at Taco Bell is a great option. The steak taco specifically is 200 calories, 10 grams of fat, 17 grams of carbs, and 12 grams of protein. I'm sorry, but I feel like my dog's gonna break her teeth. Are you good? I don't know, whatever. I'm gonna get rid of that bone. I just feel like she's like chewing on it a lot and gonna break her teeth or something. We don't need that at all. But yeah, so that goes to the steak taco. Once again, 200 calories, about 12 grams of protein, not a bad option. Double it up, go 2, you get 400 calories for about 24 grams of protein. Not a bad option when you're at Taco Bell and not expecting to get a high protein or a low calorie meal whatsoever. But without further ado, I'll go ahead and wrap up this segment right here, just sitting down, going over some of my favorite McDonald's, Wendy's, and Taco Bell items. Now let's head to Chipotle, get my classic chicken and steak bowl, and I'll explain to you why I don't recommend eating Chipotle when you're trying to lose weight. Alrighty, the time has come for my experiment. I actually have never done this before just because it is honestly a little unnecessary and a little weird, but I'm a fitness YouTuber. I'm also a food YouTuber, so this makes sense for me. Basically explain to you why I think the Chipotle burritos or Chipotle bowls in this case, are a lot more calories than they say on the actual website. So what I can do, I'm gonna go ahead and break down my bowl. I even have the salsa on the side, so the actual liquids of the salsa don't carry over to the measurements of the actual rice and chicken and steak and stuff in there. But basically, I'm gonna go ahead, I'm gonna make a bowl on the app itself. It's a really cool app. You can literally select exactly what your ingredients are. So hopefully this will zoom in. And you can really scroll through the ingredients list and make your bowl and see what your calories would be. So I went ahead, I have a chicken and steak. Although it is not circled, I did ask for double, so that's gonna be, it should be a circle around it, so it is a full serving of chicken and a full serving of steak, not half and half. So I did a full serving of chicken, a full serving of steak, white rice, normal, I did not ask for extra of anything, a normal serving of cheese, as well as black beans. Everything was normal. The only thing I asked for extra was the chicken and steak to make it a double. Other than that, it was just, hey, can I please have white rice? Hey, can I have black beans? Hey, can I have some cheese? But otherwise, we're gonna basically measure out these 4 ingredients. As you see here, I've got 4 bowls. We'll have to do chicken and steak in one, but the big thing there is I want about 8 ounces in total. But yeah, so I went ahead and added that into their calculator. It says my bowl should be about 780 calories, 27 grams of fat, 71 grams of protein, and 64 grams of carbs. Sounds pretty good to me, but let's go ahead and measure some things out and see if it's accurate. As far as the actual amounts of everything, I found another Chipotle verified. Look, I found another Chipotle verified reason. As you can see right here, it gives you the actual amounts. So hopefully that'll zoom in. Let's see. So you can see right there, it has this 4 ounces of chicken. You got 4 ounces of steak. You got your, let's see, white rice is 210 calories. So I'm gonna be comparing all of my ingredients basically to this list they have. So like I mentioned, it should be 4 ounces of chicken, 4 ounces of steak, 4 ounces of white rice. It should be 4 ounces of black beans. And then let's see, it should be 1 ounce of cheese is the amount of cheese that they have per serving, which I think is very, very low. Yeah, but let's go ahead and measure it out. I do have my scale right here. I will also show you. I'm gonna go ahead and basically zero it out on the scale and then add it in. I will, let me think about this. I'll definitely show you guys like basically the scale itself afterwards too, but first thing we're gonna do, we're gonna crack this open. Like I said, I've not opened this since I got back from the store. The cheese might be a little bit melted, unfortunately, so we might have to pull some cheese off, but once again, we're just trying to get a best estimate and see how much this bowl might actually be. All right, as I assumed, the bowl is a little cheesy, but we're gonna set the scale We're gonna set it to ounces as well, because that's what they measured in. And boom, ounces. Okay, so the cheese is a little melted, but I'm gonna do my best to scrape it off the best I can and get as much of it. There is lettuce underneath. I asked for lettuce before, so hopefully the cheese wouldn't stick to the steak and chicken. I had for a little bit of lettuce and then the cheese, but let's see. Honestly, lettuce doesn't weigh very much, but I'll definitely pull as much of it out as I can. All right, and just for reference, I still have all this cheese on there. I put the cheese in here. It is already at 1.1 ounces. All right, so I did my best to get as much cheese as I could. Looks like there might be a little bit at the end, but I think you guys will be pretty surprised. I'm not gonna cut the video, so the scale will stay as is. But if you guys can see right there, it should be 1 ounce according to the website, but all that cheese comes out to be 2.95 ounces. So that is 3 times the amount. Say hi to Maisie. That is 3 times the amount they said. And even though there are little pieces of cheese throughout as well, there's a little piece of lettuce in there, so I think that piece of lettuce can kind of offset the little extra cheese in there. But that kind of blows my mind. Again, I'm not gonna cut this video or anything so you guys can see, but that is, in my opinion, kind of absurd. And I did zero out the scale, so I can show you guys that real quick as well. Just in case there are any haters out there, if you take this off, it's gonna go to 2 ounces, -2, see negative? When you put a new bowl on, it goes to 0. So that means that the bowl is not being counted towards the weight, it is all cheese. Boom, 2.95. And once again, I'm not bashing Chipotle. I absolutely love Chipotle. I just want to have an honest experiment for you guys. So we want to make sure that we're measuring everything. I'm not going to cut the video at all so you guys can see. I will fast forward some things here and there because I don't want to waste your time. But next thing we'll go ahead and do, we'll go ahead and try to get all the chicken out. We will probably have to scrape a lot of the lettuce off, but you know what? We'll just grab all the meat. And I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to start with the chicken, see what that comes out to. Then I'll zero it and try to get the steak. Actually, you know what, scratch that. We're just gonna do all the meat, give them the benefit of the doubt, but hopefully in total it's gonna be right around 8 ounces. I feel like what I'm doing should be like illegal in some way. I don't know why, but this just feels very like, I don't know, just wrong. Alrighty, we pretty much got every little bit of chicken I could. It comes out to be 7.4 ounces. Once again, I'll show you guys. Boom. So we got our chicken and steak in there. It comes out to be 7.4 ounces. As you can see, we have a little bit of chicken remnants, like here and there, some very small things, but my guess is maybe we'll round up to 7.5. So we are a little under on the chicken, so we don't have quite as much protein. I also wish I didn't get fajitas because that is making a mess. But yeah, so the bowl itself, once again, 7.4. Put a bowl on there. It is 0. Take the bowl off. Add a new bowl. Boom, 0, -2. Add a new bowl. Boom. 7.4. So that is the chicken and steak. So the chicken steak is a little bit lower. The cheese was 3 times. Chicken and steak, I'll say close enough. But next we're gonna measure out the beans as well as the rice. I personally think that the beans are gonna be a little bit low and the rice might be a little bit high. But yeah, once again, we'll see. I'm gonna scrape off a little bit of cheese. And once again, I'm not even gonna add that to the cheese bowl. I'm just gonna add it to the non-bowl. But yeah, next thing we're gonna put on here, boom, new bowl, and we're gonna go black beans. All right, and the black beans come out to be right around 3.2 ounces. It did say 4 on the website, so we're gonna stay a little bit under there. I will show you guys the scale again, just for proof. Once again, I'm not trying to bash on Chipotle. I'm just trying to do an honest experiment. So you got the 3.2 right there. Take the bowl off, should be around 2 ounces. Boom, 2.05, the bowl on. And yes, there is some rice in there. I figured it'd be probably a waste to get every last grain out. There's also like a little bit of beans in there. So once again, not a perfect experiment, but definitely under the 4 ounces they said online. And that's even with a little bit of kind of other remnants in there. And the last thing we're gonna do is the rice. So we got a big bowl here. Once again, they said 4 ounces of rice. I personally think the rice is where they have the most amount of calories missing from the actual accuracy of tracking. Once again, there is a little bit of like bean residue, so we'll kind of take that into account, but we'll go ahead and scrape all this rice in there. And once again, I did take all the cheese, lettuce, and everything else off, so we'll kind of see what this comes out to. Yeah, and as expected, it comes out to be a lot higher. It is 8.85 ounces rather than 4. Boom, as you can see, 8.85, we have a bowl of rice. We're gonna take that off. Should be about 2 ounces per bowl. Put that back on, goes up to 8.85. And that is pretty significant in my opinion as far as the amount of rice that they give you. So with these new ingredients measured out, let's go ahead and get the final total. I'm gonna take a second. I will cut now. That was not cut whatsoever. The scale, everything was measured accurately. By now, I'm gonna go ahead and use my calculator and my phone to figure out the new calories for this bowl that I actually got. All right, so the math has been done, the numbers have been calculated, and the final results are in. So as I mentioned, the rice, cheese, meat, and beans from Chipotle, what they have on their website, when they say per serving, it's 4 ounces of rice, 1 ounce of cheese, 4 ounces of meat per serving. I did get a double, so it should be 8, and then beans is 4 ounces. What we got was 8.85 ounces of rice, 2.95 ounces of cheese, 7.4 ounces of meat, and then 3.2 ounces of beans. So that in total, the total calories for the Chipotle, what they say on the website is 780. What I measured out in these 4 ingredients is 1,190 calories. That is over 410 calorie difference, which, just put that in perspective, if your deficit is about 500 calories per day, eating Chipotle once a day pretty much eliminates your deficit right off the bat. If you're trying to lose about a pound per week, the number for most people is about 400 calories, 400 to 500 calories below your maintenance. If you have Chipotle once a day and you have any sort of meat, beans, rice, and cheese, you are going to eliminate your deficit. And that is pretty much why I say I don't love Chipotle as a fat loss food or a fat loss meal. Obviously, you can order things light. So if you were to go to Chipotle, ask for light rice, so hopefully it's more accurate. Ask for light cheese, so hopefully it's more accurate. Beans and chicken seems to be okay. If anything, they're underserving you on the chicken, the meat, as well as the beans. So maybe you can ask for, honestly, a little bit more chicken or a little bit more beans. I didn't measure the lettuce. I also didn't measure the salsa. Things like sour cream and queso, also I did not get, but my guess is that if you ask for extra sour cream or ask for sour cream, it's probably gonna be a little bit higher calorie. But once again, I just want to take this and run a quick experiment, because I've always made the assumption like, hey, like when I see them give me 2 scoops, when I just ask for plain white rice, I assume it's probably a little bit more 4 ounces. And when I see them pick up that cheese with their hand and then put like a nice glob on, maybe a little bit more, I assume it's probably more than 1 ounce. So I just want to run that experiment for you guys and show you the difference of about 400 calories from what the website says, what you might be tracking on your, whatever your food tracking app is, MyFitnessPal. When you go and you see the green check mark, it's verified. It's like, oh, it's verified, I'm gonna choose that one. And you choose 1 ounce of cheese and it's really almost 3, or 1 serving of rice, it's really almost 2.5. That becomes an issue in terms of tracking. So it's not the fact the food's wrong or the food's bad for you. It's the fact that we're over consuming and under calculating what we think we're eating. So once again, not a huge deal. Just want to make sure that you guys are aware of that. I have a lot of clients that eat Chipotle, and occasionally I'll see like a 600 calorie Chipotle bowl on their food tracking app when I go to look at their food logs. And when I see that, I make note of it and I say, hey, when next time I talk to them, go ahead and ask them, do they ask for light rice? Do they ask for light cheese? What does their Chipotle bowl actually look like? Like, send me a picture. And then I'll realize, okay, hey, that's not a 600 to 700 calorie bowl. That's probably closer to 1,000. But yeah, without further ado, now that I've done all this, I feel like I need to put my bowl back together and eat it, which probably won't taste nearly as good now it's kind of cold and I did all that experiment and my fingers got in them. But whatever it is, I washed my hands. We're gonna remake this bowl. I'm gonna eat Chipotle. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Without further ado, I'll wrap it up here. Leave any questions down in the comments below, but make sure to drop me a like because I tore apart my Chipotle in the pursuit of science, nutrition, health and fitness, all that kind of stuff. Make sure to subscribe if you haven't already. I'll see you guys next time. Mace, you got anything to say? Peace.